Swindon man in a boat fire. The cabin cruiser was moored with another boat in Bath and was well alight. The cruise arrived on Sunday morning. It's now been taken away.
Hey, internet tutor. Oh no, hang on, it goes. Hey, internet tutor. Back on the road.
Still to come on BBC Oxford News this evening, coast to coast. The American road trip.
BBC Oxford. We're back on the road. Let's just switch that off a minute. BBC Oxford. And we're back on the road, of course. Internet tutor. Myself, Adam B, the internet tutor. Let's have a look where we are. So we arrived with our secret camera just down here. And then we walked up. Down here you can't see, can you? Can't really see a lot from our window, can we? That's our view. I think you can just about see McDonald's over there. And we've got B&Q. That's useful. What's that there? Network rail. I'll tell you what, it's been a great day today. And we've just been thinking about everything and thinking about when we did the little video and everything out with a secret camera. I've got someone to film that for me. But what I was going to say is just talking about the whole thing and about whether we should quit the series and everything, and somebody complained that we just used the there was just overuse of the phrase internet tutor back on the road, and we weren't really tutoring anything. Well, you know, I know we get a lot of dislikes, and I know, I'm very sure, 100% sure that if I put up a video and said, here's how to make $1 million, instantly there would be 1 dislike. I mean, it just would. Even if I planned it out and actually gave the person the £1 million, it would still be not liked. And that's just the way things are. I mean, it's kind of a strange world we live in, and we're going to be talking about society and everything else, but not in this episode. Because obviously we'll get a dislike. What I was going to say is, okay, so we just want to explain about what we do, and we just seen an interesting report on the local news there on BBC Oxford, and what it was talking about, oh actually no, sorry, it wasn't the local news, it was on the national news before, the BBC national news, and it was talking about unemployment and about the state the country was in up north, that was right, and it just said about people, you know, just stay on the dole or everyone on benefits, and they feel that they're better off doing that than getting a job or training or whatever. This really got me thinking, because we've got light in here. What I was going to say is, no, we've got any lights in here. It's going to be useful later on, isn't it? Just want to see. Those ones. Oh, well, there we go. Look at that. So what I was going to say is that's the bath, right? Anyway, we do rabbit. Oh no, we have to edit this video down. So what I was going to say is, they think that they're better off on benefits than getting a job. Now this was really interesting to me, and well, I know we've gone on about this on and on and on. But the thing is what they're saying is that the only I can't think properly. The only options are that benefits or a job. And when we say a job, they mean working for somebody else or an organisation. That's interesting, isn't it? That still the mainstream media pitched it like that. They don't talk about starting up businesses. They don't say about, well, these young people maybe could start their own businesses or anything. They do occasionally, but mostly it's about getting a job or benefits. They're the only choices. Well, that's completely wrong. And what with technology and everything else, that we've said this before, and it'll probably get me in a lot of trouble, but you know, I just don't care anymore. I haven't had a job, and when I say a job, I mean working for an organisation or working for somebody else. For probably, what, 13 years now, maybe 14 years, something like that. I think I left my last job in, gosh, I'm just trying to think. I think it was about 2001, so maybe only 11 years or something. Was it 2000? Whatever, it's over 10 years anyway, yeah? Now, the thing is people say to me, well, how do you survive and everything like that? And there's lots of things about my life that people don't know about on here, and they don't realise I've got massive bills, massive mortgages and all sorts of things, but I've got a lot of things that generate income, and I don't want to go totally into my whole personal life, because this is why we keep this separate from my personal and my family life. But what my point is that they keep saying about it's either benefits or a job. Well, you see, I came from Stevenage, as we said before. I grew up in Stevenage, and it was very, very, very working class. And what would happen is the whole thing, it was all about that. But things were different then. We're living in a different world right now. Right now, as I talked to in this video, it's 2012, and things are blowing up with the internet and everything. I've just been thinking to myself, I pace around a lot, and that's why when I do these videos I walk, and what I tend to do in these rooms, I walk up and down, talking to myself. I may be mad, I may not be, I don't care anymore, like I say. I do care, and I care about my family, I care about lots of things, but what I'm trying to say is, a lot of people worry about like what other people think and so on, and you know I get attacked a lot, and the more I think about it now, the more it's almost like a massive comedy. Do you know what I mean? Because like last video we did about that person saying my video didn't exist and all that kind of thing, it makes it like a massive comedy. So what I was going to say is I'm free from working for someone else or an organisation. I can choose tomorrow to wake up in this room, and when I leave here, because I'm going on to another one tomorrow, another hotel, when I leave here I could just do whatever I like. In fact, I'm going to go and do some shopping, because actually I need a new bag. As you can see, we did have a nice bag that we used to take with us with everything in, and it's all split and broken. It's been used so much. Internet Tutor's been on the road so much that it's kind of, you know, it split and broke when I left home today. So we'll let's go to Argos or somewhere. Or should we go somewhere smart? I don't know. Where do people buy smart bags? I'll tell you, whatever. Argos, Tesco's, or anything is good enough. You know, it's only for Internet Tutor on the road. When we're on the road as well, we're going to talk about this as well. As you can live this lifestyle, it's really good. And some people say, well, why are you in these budget hotels and everything? Do you know what I mean? Well, I have family at home, and like I say, there's lots of things that I don't put on here. I may reveal more things, and I may not. But I've got a very busy family life. And there's lots of people in here that just think that I'm sort of like walking around like single and on my own and everything else, but there's a lot going on that people don't know about. And what I'm trying to do, what I do with this is my little space and my place to make a lot of money. And I used to hire an office. If you look at some of my old videos, I had an office that I used to have. But the thing is that commits you to one place. And what I like about this is that what I do is I get these cheap rooms in these budget hotels, and sometimes we get better hotels. In fact, the other week we was in a really nice Best Western, and I like those much more, but we didn't video it for whatever reason. I just did some work and relaxed and everything. But when I come to these places I make a lot of money because I use the internet. Of course I still work from home, and I do out of my little office at home. But there's a lot going on at home, and there's just a lot of busyness and hustle and bustle, and it's much, much easier to work from here. So I was going to say, if you're considering renting an office, because a good friend of mine actually has just left a job and is renting an office and everything. I was going to say, as long as you don't need to have clients or visits, even then you can visit your clients, but I mainly do everything over the internet. And I find that these Travelodge rooms especially are just so cheap. This room tonight's cost me £10. It was in a Travelodge sale, and I've got like 6 nights this month, and they're all £10, right? So that's 60 quid for the month, okay, for 6 nights. Okay, so I'm just doing 2 a week, yeah, over the month. And what I'm doing is like, I'm just getting on with my work when I'm here. So tomorrow, unfortunately I couldn't get 2 in the same place, so I leave here tomorrow when I go down to the next one, which is not that far away, and then we have another one tomorrow night for £10. Okay, plus you can buy these rooms off eBay, and we used to have a business when we sold them, but we had a lot of problems, and again, people interfering with that business, reporting, do you know what I mean, like getting involved with other customers and telling them things that weren't true. And we're living in a mad world at the moment, where people think things are common when they're not, and it's just mad. But I was going to say, this just does mean it's good for instead of an office. You know, I had a cheap office, it was like 250 quid a month, but I tell you what, you could book tons of rooms for that. And what I like about this is I can get here at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I can work all evening, I can have a little break if I want, I can watch TV, I can get back home and work. I'm very productive out of these rooms, and I can have a bath, and I can have a little rest if I want. If I'm here at 3 o'clock, I can do 2 hours of work, have a lie down. You can't do that in an office. And it's just the freedom. And of course, when you're in these different places, you're free to have a look round. I'm looking forward to going out and buying a bag just because I'm in another town. And I like that, and I like to come to these places and see these different things. Plus, we're right in the town here, and what we're going to do, we're going to work now. It's like something like 6 o'clock or something. I've been here since about 4ish, or whatever, or 4:30. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a few more hours work on the computer, set up some more sites and that, and then I'm going to walk over to Wetherspoons and get like a pint and a burger and chips or something, or whatever, or a nice meal or whatever. And then walk back, do some more work, probably sort of till 2 in the morning or something. And that's it. And that's how we roll. And we're going to tell you all about it. And that's how we roll. Okay? And very productive out of these rooms. Like I say, I do work from home. But there's a lot of hustle and bustle at my family home. So these are ideal. And I'll tell you what, if I'm away for 2 nights or even 3 nights in the week, I still go home, I still see my family. And I see them way more than I would if I had a job and left early in the morning and came back late at night. Yeah? So this is absolutely fantastic way of working. And, you know, I use these Travelodge rooms. That's why the reason. This is a business. And so we book these cheap rooms as an office. Basically, this is my office. Yeah? It is brilliant. When you think about it, just have a little think about it, you know? It beats going to the same office every day and everything. Like I say, I can go out and go to the pub a little bit later, have a couple of drinks and a meal, and then we'll stroll back. Fantastic. So what, if you want to meet up with me in there, I'll be in Witherspoons later, maybe about 8, maybe 9 o'clock, because I'm going to stay here and do a load of work before they finish the food anyway. And then I'll stroll back and do some more work till about 2 in the morning, yeah? I'll tell you what, if you want to come and meet me in there, I'll buy you a pint. In it, Tutor, back on the road.